A writer, I think, is someone who pays attention to the world. This is a quote by Susan Sontag, and although I don't think it's necessarily an incredibly literary quote, I think it hits the nail on the head, which is really lovely. And I hope that today we see the work of some young people who have learned to pay attention to the world. Yeah. Welcome to City Opera House. My name is Chad Lindsay. I'm the executive director here, and this is the Page to Stage Young Playwrights Lab. These playwrights, with the help of their talented mentors, this year we have one from New York City, some from Chicago, and a couple who are local, have created 6 lovely pieces, and you are their first audience, which is an incredible honor and also a very helpful part of the process. I want to shout out Minda Nyquist, who is our program director and will also appear on stage. Dana Black is the mentor liaison and a board member here at City Opera House. And I would like to thank the teachers who encouraged the playwrights to submit and guided them through the first steps, including Teresa Scallon and Julia Cannon. I think maybe some are here, I'm not sure. Anyway, round of applause to the teachers, as always. And then a quick thank you to MSU, FCU, Leith and Gloria Butler, the Michigan Arts and Culture Council, Old Town Playhouse, and the National Endowment for the Arts, without whose support none of our educational programming would even be possible. So round of applause for our sponsors. Thank you. I'm not going to introduce the playwrights, the mentors, or the talented actors and directors who have agreed to bring these short plays to life tonight, this afternoon. It's such a lovely sunny Sunday. Thank you for being here. But it will really benefit their creators. We'll leave their introductions to the end. And then I'll just have a word or two about the process so that you know what you're about to see. We put out a call in the fall and accept submissions of short plays, no more than 12 minutes, no more than 4 characters, a couple other restrictions. And we received maybe 40 or so. And from those, we selected 6 finalists, and Dana matched each finalist with a national playwriting mentor. They work on Zoom primarily to help the playwright focus their piece over a few months. They offer assistance and guidance, but above all, they allow the voice of the individual playwright to shine and to develop. Minda then selects directors, casts the shows, and they all work, and they've been here since Thursday evening this time around, to bring those to this point. This is a lab. It's a place where a young writer can hear his or her words acted, directed, and brought to life. And that kind of thing can be truly life-changing for an artist. We're very proud to be able to do this. That is it. Thank you. There will be an intermission. That's just a point of interest. Thank you for being here and enjoy the show.
Wow, it's beautiful, isn't it? Lunch is the best time to come because all the interns go on break and nobody realizes you're gone. It's Lydia, right? I heard one of the attendants say your name earlier, in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
I'm Flori. You know, when I was really little, I used to come into the city all the time with my parents and sisters. We lived right outside so we could take the train in and go to the museums and eat at the restaurants. We would always see the hospital, but it was just another building then, another part of the city. I never considered I might actually live here for 5 years.
You've been here for that long?
Well, I came here when I was first diagnosed with leukemia 5 years ago, and, well, it's come back twice since then.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please, you don't have to tell me that. No, it's just that word, sorry. It doesn't mean anything to me anymore. It's what you're told to soften the blow after the doctors tell you they're doing yet another surgery. It will be terrible, and it will be expensive, and it will hurt, but you can't be mad because they said sorry.
I don't mean to pry at all, but I was wondering if there was something you could tell me, if you remember. Not that you wouldn't,
Sure, I guess.
Tell me about your house.
Well, it's brown on the outside and this beige blue color on the inside. My favorite room is my bedroom. Actually, it's my sister's too. We share it, but I don't mind, and I'm sure she doesn't either because, well, most of the time I'm not there. Anyway, I think I mostly miss the kitchen. It smells like my mother's candles. Her favorite is this cranberry one. She always lights it before she cooks. Her lasagna is my favorite thing. I miss it a lot, but she tries to bring it when she visits.
Does she visit often?
She visits enough. I mean, my whole family does, but my parents both work and my sister has school, so.
Do you think you can miss something without remembering it?
What do you mean?
My memories. They're
Gone? But they could come back, couldn't they?
I fell 2 stories out of a burning building. I'm lucky that I'm alive. I'm lucky that I remember my first name.
You fell?
I'm sorry. I haven't told anyone this yet, besides the doctors. It's the last thing I remember. The falling, the fire, before hitting the solid ground. The paramedics found me unconscious outside the place. It was a department store, but I just cannot seem to remember what I was doing there. Shopping, maybe, but it doesn't make up for the reason that they can't find my family.
Tell me, what do you want your house to look like?
Doesn't matter what it looks like. Not really. The boy who's in my room with me, he's little, maybe 7, and he just won't stop crying. It's been so annoying to everybody in the hall. I mean, all he does is wail all day. Our nurse got so fed up with it. She said, "What do you want? I'll get it for you, anything, if you just stop crying." And the little boy said, "I just want to go home." I thought our nurse might cry. She got so emotional, but I was just lying there and I realized that I don't have a home. I mean, what I would give to be able to say, "I just want to go home." And I'm scared because what if my memories do come back and they're not what I wanted or expected? What if after all of this, I'm not at all who I thought I was and I don't have a home to go back to?
I'm scared too.
What?
I'm scared too. Just because I know who I am doesn't mean I'm any less afraid.
You're scared of dying.
I think more than that. I'm scared of really being gone. Like, one day I'll die, we all will. And maybe it'll catch us out of nowhere, or maybe we'll have been expecting it a long time, but either way, we won't be here anymore. And I know that this is such a normal concept, something we're just supposed to accept and move on with, but I'm not sure I can. Being gone is like no more bike rides in the park with your friends, or laughing over your favorite movie for the 100th time, or crying over math homework, or eating takeout in the living room, or just sitting in the grass in the summer and staring at the sun. And sure, maybe I have been in a hospital for most of my life, but I still have those little things to remember. I just can't fully comprehend that once I'm gone, there'll be no more of that.
At least you have those little things. All I have are some broken bones.
Listen, you have a new life now. Once you leave this place, you can just start anew. You can put everything behind you, and you can make so many new memories.
I think I want to go to Spain, in Greece,
So do I.
and I want to learn the languages too.
Okay,
Oh, and I want to go to Niagara Falls.
well, I would like to learn to draw and study Van Gogh and Degas.
And I want to see a concert in New York. I don't know what I'm doing.
What?
Saying all this stuff, so improbable. Well, impossible, more like it.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No. I like improbable better than impossible. It sounds more scientific. You know what we should call this place?
What?
The Hall of Improbable Things. It would be fitting, wouldn't it?
Do you have a pen or something? A marker?
Oh, that's vandalizing.
What is traveling? Oh, and painting, of course. I want to go to the moon.
I think I want to see the Eiffel Tower.
Actually, I'd like to see all of France.
Lydia,
Yeah?
promise me forget about this? That you'll learn all these things and go to all these places and think of me?
I promise. But you know, we don't have to wait. Not really. We could do something now. Something improbable.
Really?
Yes, really. Come with me.
Hey, you know this is against the rules.
It's not like they have any grand forms of punishment planned.
I can't believe this is happening. There must be a nurse looking for us by now.
Do you think we should go back in?
No.
Oh, it's so cold.
Living here, you'll get used to the weather.
Hey! Hey, stop! This is the hospital's wheelchair. I can't damage it. Oh, I love the snow.
So do I.
But does it ever get warmer here?
By June, it will.
Well, it certainly is unique. It's less detailed, but seems more human in a way. It's certainly odd, but it's great to see something new.
Thank you, monsieur. This piece is very important to me. Possibly the art world itself.
It looks... What exactly is the meaning of this piece? It's different than the others here.
Yes, exactly the point. Oh, Monsieur Dubois.
Moreau, it's good to see that you made. What is that?
Pardon, monsieur, is there a problem?
What is that? What happened, Moreau? Please tell me that this is a sick joke.
A joke, monsieur? I knew you'd be confused, but not unreasonably harsh towards this piece.
This piece? This is a piece of garbage. You making fun of me? Moreau, I expected something more of you than to put something forth so vulgar as this.
Vulgar? What is so vulgar about this? Is there a problem with Impressionism?
Monsieur Moreau, this is a professional art exhibit. There is no room for impressionism or whatever you call this vomit. There is no blending. Every brushstroke is visible. It looks all blurry. How could you ever call this art?
You call everything else here art? Every piece looks the exact same. It's all a copy of neoclassicism. The only difference is that they're painting poor people. I ask you, how could you call any of the other pieces here art when you've all been copying the Greeks and the Romans? There's no meaning to these paintings anymore. They're all the exact same ideas with little deviation.
They should have little deviation. Each piece is absolute perfection. The Academy has developed artists to pursue absolute beauty. Why would they change from that to something so pedestrian as that?
What's to blazes with the Academy? The Academy is just a bunch of elite royal children pandering to rich politicians in order to get a quick franc or two. Personally, the thought of self-expression being limited only to the rich sickens me. What are you doing, you fool?
Monsieur, what do you think about this piece? Surely you understand my disdain.
Well, not entirely. I think
Put that down, Dubois! Your fat fingers are getting oil on the surface.
Oh, are my fat fingers messing up your masterpiece?
You buffoon! You lizard-skinned ape!
Oh, dear Lord.
That vomit you said, Dubois, I will make you choke on it.
Gentlemen, be civil. This is an art exhibit. If you're going to brawl, at least head to the alley where the other barbarous rats are.
Monsieur Dubois, would you like to handle this with civility and do me properly?
Moreau, I would love to watch you bleed.
It's only a painting, though.
Monsieur, it's not just about art. It's about resisting the ivory tower of the rich that control what it should or can be.
Oh, dear.
Your argument is as well structured as that eyesore that looms over Paris.
The Eiffel Tower? You hate it like everyone else. I suppose you think it's ugly, too. How hypocritical!
Gentlemen, let's get on with this, please. Do you remember the agreements and terms?
Moreau, will you be able to keep your composure?
I will be fine.
Very well, then.
All right, gentlemen, go ahead.
Sacre bleu! My arm!
It seems Mr. Moreau has won.
I can already see my art splayed across your walls.
Moreau, don't pretend you do this to inspire. I know you do this for fame.
Thank you, monsieur. I think you meant to apologize. So, I suppose my art is...
I suppose your art is unique in its own way.
Pardon, monsieur?
Your art is unique. I've certainly never seen anything like it before. Maro, why improve on something that's already perfect? Why change the art world when that would only be a step backwards?
No. No, monsieur. I will not take it. No. Dubois, is your pride so large that if you were to swallow it, you would choke to death?
Monsieur Moreau, the only thing that I would ever choke on is if I had to praise your painting. I allowed this painting in the exhibit, but I'm not going to bow and praise it. I believe everyone's entitled to their opinion, mine being that your art isn't fit for the wall of a Dijonese barrel house.
Gentlemen! Calm down.
Not until this wretched imbecile complies with what we agreed upon. We had an agreement.
Oh, yes, we did. But I don't think you remember it correctly. Or maybe you don't want to remember it correctly. We had something we agreed on. If you're not going to follow it, I won't either.
Pardon, monsieur.
I don't have to display.
You shut your mutt-looking mouth, you soggy, sloppy pile of useless lard.
All right, Monsieur Moreau. My apologies. I guess we can work something out.
Work something out.
Excuse me?
Oh, we'll work something out, all right.
What? You egg! How dare you? You fool! You would kill me over your painting?
I will not be a witness to a murder with the most foolish reasoning being over a painting.
Are you really willing to die on this hill, Maro?
If I cannot live in a free world, death would be preferred.
Very well then.
Hi. Hey. Can I come in? Oh, obviously, yes. You're, kind of late. Did you have a hard time getting here? No. Sorry, I was just expecting you to be on time. Do you want a drink? I mean, do you want a coffee or something? I'll pass. Well, you look good. Healthy. Thanks. You too. Come, sit. How have you been these past, what has it been, 3 months? 2 months, 3 weeks and a day, but who's counting? Sounds like you are. So, are you glad to be back home? We'll see. Did you make any friends? No. You were never really one to meet new people. Wow, thanks. No, not in that way. When you were in college, for the record, I did have friends in college. I know you thought I was alone, but that wasn't the case. I just didn't introduce them to you. And Mar, why would I? You should have, Dolly. I'm sure they were all very nice. It's fine. It's in the past, right? Right. So what's the plan for today? Please don't hate me. I mean, I thought I would have more time to tell you so that it wouldn't really seem like an ambush, but you were late, and I know I should have factored that in, but I didn't. What are you talking about? You know how Mar's back in Armenia? She's not going to be home for another 2 weeks, right? About that, I may have accidentally let it slip that you were coming home today, And she may have scheduled an early flight so that she could see you. I'm not sure the exact time she'll be back, but
Talon, why would you do that?
I'm sorry, okay? I shouldn't have, but hey, it was a mistake. It happened and it's all going to be okay. I told her you were on a trip in Costa Rica.
Who goes to Costa Rica for 3 months and doesn't tell their mom about it?
It's remote.
Oh,
Say you got an internship.
no, I think this is a good opportunity to have a real conversation with her. Maybe if I lay out why I'm this way, she'll come around. It could be different. Do you think it could be different?
I don't think that's a good idea. Can you please just keep her happy for 1 hour maximum? She really wants to see you, Dolly. After that, you can leave if you want to.
All right, I know how it goes. I'll tell her I was doing an internship in Costa Rica preserving trees. I'm an amazing person, apparently. How much longer till she's here?
It'll be any minute now. She'll be tired. Be nice.
Hey, I'm always nice.
I'm serious. Don't pull anything like... She's here.
Oh, Hokies, I've missed you. Oh, both of you.
Rev Zesmeyer, we missed you too. How is everyone?
Oh, well, they are getting by. Delita, sirs, you have not been calling. I have not heard from you in years.
It's been 3 months, Mai. I was doing an internship in Costa Rica.
Ah, remember now. Talon mentioned it. Still, you could not call?
You know, Costa Rica, great trees, bad service.
I see. This place is messy. You have not cleaned?
I was getting to it. Okay. Anyways, enough about Costa Rica.
Talon, how's your job going?
You know what? It's great.
Talon makes good money, and she goes to school. Delita, I still do not understand why you cannot find a real job. If you are not searching for a husband, you should be searching for a career. I want what's best for you.
I want what's best for me too. That's why I have something I need to get off my chest.
That's why she's starting a research project on Costa Rican trees.
Talon, stop doing this.
Doing what?
I'm not doing a research project on Costa Rican trees. I think Talon misunderstood.
Oh, I do not understand.
Can we have a serious discussion, please?
This is not a good idea.
I know what I'm doing. Mai, come sit. I need to admit something. These past 3 months, I haven't been in Costa Rica.
Before we say anything we regret, let's all just take a deep breath in and out.
Oh my God, Talon, shut up and stop patronizing me.
Delita, that is no way to talk to your sister.
I have to, or else she'll. I am an alcoholic. There it is. There's my moment of clarity.
Dolly, what are you doing?
I'm doing what I should have done this whole time. Mai, I know you don't like talking about this, but you have to acknowledge my addiction.
What are you saying?
Exactly this. Mai, you're not dumb. You didn't know something was a little off when I would sneak out at night, coming home smelling like vodka? Or when I would have raging headaches in the morning and couldn't go to school?
Says people can fix this if they just have some self-control. Oh, I hope people from the community have not heard about this. We do not want them knowing. When you went to college, we thought you were getting better.
So you knew? You knew and didn't do anything about it? Just let the 19-year-old alcoholic figure it out?
It isn't like that. We have a presence in the community, at the church. The people know us.
daughter. It's different, Dolly. It's not the same in Armenia, you know that. People want to preserve the culture. They all talk. And for the record, you didn't have to figure it out on your own. I had to deal with you. It was 2 a.m. I get a call. I was sleeping. You know I'm a light sleeper. It was the day after I had started grad school. Do you remember? I got a call from you. And guess where you were? Guess where she was, my guess?
Please.
She was lying naked on the side of the road with a half-empty bottle of tequila in her hand.
Trying to get it under control.
Then why did you need money to go to rehab? To go to that place? To get your shit together?
Because no one in this family ever did anything about it. You have been skirting around my addiction for far too long, Talon. You can't even say the word drink, like it'll put a curse on you or something. You've been telling all these lies trying to protect who? My phony Armenian good girl image you peddle at church? Or Mar from feeling embarrassed? Let's all say it together now. I was in rehab!
Delita, silence! Do you have any idea how much I've sacrificed for you?
Sacrifice? That is always your excuse. I am done pretending everything is fine, and I am done hiding. Jacob, who you wouldn't even let in the house after 6 months of dating. That tattoo I got 3 years ago? You're not letting me tell anyone else in the community that I dropped out of college. You have always been ashamed of me. Just admit it.
I knew that coming to this country was a mistake. What happened to all those Armenian values we tried to teach you? You have been influenced. You should be ashamed.
I don't think that's the
And
best way.
you, Talon! I'm so disappointed in you. You did not tell me anything. You should have known better. You did before, but it did not matter. My girls have lied to me. Oh, this is disgraceful.
This is disgraceful? You know it's disgraceful. You never being there for me. You never supported me. The only time you and Talon did anything in my life, it's all cover up on top of cover up.
Do not ever say that.
Say what?
Do not ever say I did not care for you two. I did all of this for you two. All of it. Do you know the story behind this handkerchief? No. Your hire came to America with nothing but a locket around his neck and a kerchief in his pocket. It was mine from when I was a girl, hand-stitched by your tatik. We started courting, and soon we were married. But he had bigger ideas. He thought he could find them in America. Your tatik was too ill, and I could not join him yet. I gave him this kerchief, and he gave me a locket with his picture inside. He had one with a picture of me. Before he departed, I placed a seed inside the kerchief from our family's aloe vera plant. It is this aloe vera that stands here today. Your hire used to say that the aloe represented us. How we Armenians are strong. We have been through so much. We have crossed over oceans and had to start over again. And when I hear you talk, when I hear all these American ideas, I hear you betraying the memory of your father. Betraying your culture. I would like to say I'm sorry, Lolita. I have done a disservice to you. Coming to America, I've made you weak.
I just realized something. It took me 25 years to realize. I need to admit to myself that you will never accept me for who I am. It's all I've ever wanted. I tried for you. I tried so hard, and still, I need to leave. What? No, you can't. Don't pretend like you care, Talon. I know your game. Figured it out the moment I took my first drink. What game? You don't want me to leave. You never want me to leave. So you can have me around, circling in a cesspool, dragged into the depths, while you tread water in the shallow end and say, "My, come look at me." I am done. Because if one daughter's a fuck up, it's gonna make the other one look a hell of a lot better. I just hope you'll still be perfect enough for Mar once I'm gone.
Dalita. You know what is true about family. And Anique, it is forever. Unless you choose to turn your back. And I am asking you, Dalita, Serres, do not.
You're right, Mai. I need to stop being weak. I hope you enjoy your detoxification.
Hey babe, you know what would be so hilarious if we went as a loofah and a bar of soap for Halloween? So funny! I'm just a loofah with no soap. Now he's stupid Gigi's soap.
Chloe, you can't let Matthew, a dumb boy, ruin Halloween for you. And you can't let the possibility of maybe seeing them together prevent you from going to the biggest party of the year. Loofahs can exist without soap.
Not happily. I also invited Peter over to watch scary movies with us and to replenish our supply. There's no more.
What? Since when? Okay, I know you're a little tipsy, but remember the party we're supposed to go to tonight? Gigi's party? You know, it's just like the biggest party of the year. It's so hard to get invited. I barely managed to secure our spots, not Peter's.
Well, Lila, it would be pretty rude to invite Peter over here and then attend a party that he's not invited to.
Okay, but I didn't invite him to anything. You did.
Oopsie. Are you excited to see your boyfriend? Boy toy. Boy thing. Boy...
Oh my God, Chloe, will you shut up? He's not my anything.
Lying is a sin.
I'm pretty sure excessive drinking is too. And flaking out on plans last minute, but here you are.
I am not an excessive... Okay, whatever. I'm not that.
Sure you aren't.
He's here! Peter and Lila. Okay?
Be quiet. I will be right back.
Okay? Wait. Lip gloss. Ouch! Just mean.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Lila.
Did I hear somebody screaming in here?
What? No. Nope.
Okay. I brought strawberry mead. Well, I brewed it for you in my basement.
Oh, thank you for thinking of me and making your way over here on such short notice. But who's Mark?
My Halloween costume. It's ironic because my name's actually Peter. Chloe said she'd hit me again if I showed up without a costume.
Oh, well, that's very clever. And I promise, if you run fast enough, she'd never be able to actually catch you. Oh, I'm being rude. You can set yourself wherever, just come in.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I like your costume.
Oh, thank you. Oh, the cookies. I have to run and pull the cookies for Gigi's party real quick. Pete, will you do me a favor?
Of course.
Will you talk to Chloe for me? I got us those invitations to Gigi's party, and now she doesn't want to go because she's afraid of seeing Matthew and Gigi together. Honestly, she's kind of being a diva. I have ears, Lila! And feelings.
They broke up
Yeah, like a month ago. Where have you been?
in my basement. He already got a new girlfriend?
I know, right?
I see. And you want me to try and convince her to attend this party?
Yeah, you'll do great. Just get her off that couch. Why are you guys ignoring me?
Please do not make me go over there. She scares me. I brought cherry mead too.
Perfect, that's her favorite. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, here. Okay, let me level with you here, Pete. I have no clue what to do. I need to get her off the couch and to that party or else Gigi will blacklist me for the rest of the year.
Lila, I appreciate your faith in me, but I just
Do
can't.
you know how exclusive these invites are? Do you know how much work went into securing Chloe and I's spot there tonight? How many biology notes I completed? The obscene amount of manicures I performed? Many pennies!
Probably like us, and by the amount of pressure you're putting on my shoulders.
Sorry.
Wow. You're stronger than you look. Do you work out or something? I mean, it's almost freakish. Strawberry mead?
You're an interesting guy. I appreciate that about you. Now, what I need is for you to take that weirdness and get Chloe on her feet. I'm relying on you, bud.
Well, I don't think I...
Go get him, Tiger!
Why do you women insist on hitting me?
Well, what kind did you bring this time?
Mead. Strawberry mead. It's Lila's favorite, I'm pretty sure. Also, cherry mead. She said it's your favorite.
It's not.
Sorry. Help yourself.
So, Pete, what are your intentions? Intentions?
Intentions.
Yes! Those.
To bring you mead?
We're not talking about the me. Tell me about Lila. Oh, come on. I like your costume. Really? Is that your game, Pete?
What are you insinuating?
You like her.
But yes, let's talk about the mead. The mead is very good. I brewed it myself in my basement.
Oh my God, shut up about the me. You totally have a big, fat crush on her. I can smell it.
Why do you women insist on hitting me? Oh, no matter how I may feel for Lila, I really don't think she's interested in me.
What? Are you being serious? She literally... All right, well, you don't know that for sure, do you?
No, but...
No, but you can't give up before you try. If you like the girl, then you put on your big boy pants and you go and you get her. You're a smart, genuine guy. Just like I thought Matthew was.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Me. Hypothetically, if I were to approach Lila, how would I do that?
Well, sit down. Well, first of all, you have to smell good. Okay, it's not too bad. You're not too bad. I mean, you could do a little bit better than, like, Axe body spray, but nobody's perfect. And you seem well-groomed. Your hair is not too long, and it's not too short, which is just how Lila likes it. Wow. You got dreamy eyes. And really long eyelashes, too. Gosh, I wish I had them.
Please don't take them from me. How would I talk to her?
She makes you nervous. This is so cute.
Oh, this conversation is futile.
Wait, I am helpful, I promise. I mean, I guess I usually talk about what I love most in the world, which can mean anything, But I usually talk about Lila because she's my favorite person in the entire universe. She's just so Lila, you know? I mean, she got a spot at Gigi's party tonight. Do you know how basically impossible that is?
I've heard.
So what do you love most in the world, Pete?
Mead. Brewing it specifically.
Mead? You know what? Go for it. Talk all about your mead.
All right. Pete's Mead Making 101. Honey is an essential ingredient in brewing mead as it acts as a natural antiseptic, which prevents bad things from going on it and helps the yeast settle in more easily. The history of mead. Historically speaking, the first mead was allegedly the product of some farmer not fully emptying a barrel of honey. It rained.
That is fantastic. It's really great stuff. Save it all for Lila, though. She'd love to hear about the mead lore.
You think so?
Obviously. Wow. This is actually really good.
It's my special brew.
I kind of want to know what that means.
The process!
No, I am really okay not knowing, though. So, when Lila walks into this room, you are going to knock her socks off, right?
Well, I don't know about that. I was just planning to talk to her. Not interested in taking her socks off.
Oh, it's an expression that
All
people...
done.
Don't get him, Tiger.
Well, they are definitely burned.
What? Burned? Where? Gosh, those look perfect, don't they, Peter?
Really?
No, I'm pretty sure they're inedible. But that's okay. Baking isn't for everyone.
I guess not.
Oh well.
Did you know that honey can pick up the characteristics of the food bees eat? And that color and taste can come through in the mead. For example, a hive of bees feeding off of blackberries will likely have a bluish color and berry taste. See, mead is only as good as your ingredients.
Wow, that's really interesting, Peter.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm going to powder my nose.
What is she planning?
Nothing. Can I tell you something?
You've already told me you like my costume.
I know that. There's something else.
Well, spit it out, Pete.
I do like your costume. But I also like you.
Like, or just like regular like?
Well, I suppose I like you.
Really? Because I like you too. God, I want to die saying that.
Me too.
Oh, am I interrupting something?
Of course not.
Honestly, if you two, guys, if you want to go to the party, feel free. I'll be fine here. I'll, watch a movie or something, like The Notebook. And I won't cry.
Chloe, as much as I want to go to that party, I would never leave you here alone. If you really don't want to go, we could just stay here. We really only need us three to have fun. Maybe we could play some Uno?
Ugh, Uno is so boring.
Talk about diva.
I can still hear you. I mean, I'm right here now.
Okay, well, what do you want to do then?
We could go trick-or-treating. Oh, what?
Don't you think we're a little too old for that?
No, I actually think that could be a lot of fun. But it's already 10 o'clock. I think people would be pretty angry if we banged on their doors and demanded candy.
Well, let them be angry. Let's just take the candy off of people's porches.
Ugh, that's unsanitary.
Or alternatively, we could go to the store, buy some candy, come back, and watch movies, as I was promised.
I could get down with that.
Yeah, let's do it. Your car, mine.
Well, I can drive.
Not a chance.
I'll drive.
Shotgun then.
Ain't no fair.
Ow!
I need to get some work done. I wish somebody else would cover for me.
Stage Directions walks on stage, looming over Reagan as she sleeps, tired from her increasingly heavy workload. The sun rises, and she wakes up to Stage Directions' voice.
Who are you? Damn, I'm still tired. What are you doing in my apartment, you son of a...
Reagan threatens Stage Directions, going off script and undermining its role. Per her question, Stage Directions introduces himself as such.
All right, I've lost my mind. I still have to get to work, though.
Back on task, Reagan goes to the fridge to make an omelet.
That takes too long. I was just gonna have a Pop-Tart on the road.
Reagan chooses to prioritize getting to her job early and grabs a Pop-Tart instead, toasting it before leaving. Stage Directions realizes this is awkward and tries to fill the silence with dialogue.
Reagan finds the third person talking a little irritating.
Reagan drives to her ambiguous paperwork-related job, which is objectively a strange name for a business.
I agree.
Focusing on the road and ignoring the blinkers, Reagan pulls up next to the ambiguous paperwork-related job building and goes inside. Reagan heads inside, not ready to face her boss. Preparing for bad news. There's always bad news,
It will be fine.
she says, lying to Stage Directions.
You're late. Again. Sadly, I will be taking this out of your pay.
Like usual.
Excuse me?
I didn't say anything. I'm pretty sure it was the guy in the vent.
Him again? He hasn't paid rent yet.
It's not my fault. I lost my apartment, you son of a bitch!
Reagan, not wanting to get even further behind on her work, presses her boss for the next deadline.
I apologize, but I should really get some work done.
Of course. That's why. You're my favorite employee. Have a sticker. I'll be right back. Now, your next ambiguous paperwork-related task will be due tomorrow. You'll earn your full pay if you get it done on time.
But that's...
Doable for such a great employee.
This has been the routine for 3 years, but this time, Reagan is going to stand up for herself.
Hell no. I'm not losing this job.
Frederick moves off stage. Okay. You made a wish. You broke yourself to the point you needed me. What do you want from me?
I want you to not ruin my life further.
You already ruined your life. Let's read off Reagan's character description. Reagan is never content, but she keeps her life as it is because change is scary. I know Reagan because I, Stage Directions, am part of her. I am a call to action. I am change. Now, who are you?
I am content.
Whoa! Well, this is awkward. Well, I'm not giving up.
You seem to have fallen, my pretty.
What are you, the Wicked Witch?
Would require a house on top of me and ruby slippers instead of whatever it is I'm wearing. Instead, I live in the walls you work inside of. To warn you!
Warn me of what?
Your impending psychological crash unless you quit your job.
Step back! Oh, I'm going insane.
Look, I'm old. You are young. I wasted my life to the point of insanity. Doesn't that sound familiar? Annoying voices inside your head that you push away, subsisting on cold Pop-Tarts, armed with shoe boxes.
I said step back!
You haven't heard the last of me! I am your future!
Stage directions crouches down and lifts an umbrella above Reagan as it starts raining.
How is it raining inside?
Dramatic effect. Stage directions wants to know how you're doing.
I want to stop being afraid.
Stage, me, I don't want to be useless.
I didn't mean to make you. If this was the best life I had, I wanted it to pass by. You can leave. I don't want to drag you down with me.
Stage directions can't leave. And Reagan shouldn't want to miss life. From my third-person perspective, there can be bad moments, but it's all about taking that leap for a better tomorrow. I, stage directions, can never leave your side. However, we can learn not to despise each other. Stage directions would like to try this again.
Sure. Let's do this.
Well, where'd you go storming off to? You know I'll have to subtract it.
Sir, unless these conditions and your terrible manipulative attitude change, I quit.
What? You can't do that.
Yeah, I can. And before I can quit, I have a few choice words. You slimy piece of shit!
Oh, well, that's the end. I close the curtains. Oh, the cast walks through the curtain to face the audience with stage directions upstage. The cast then goes and takes a...
The entire cast takes a bow.
Ben, darling. can't decide what to wear.
Wear the black one, Chris.
I can't wear the black one. The black one's too tight. I've gained too much weight this month.
I don't know what to tell you then. Wear the red one. Isn't that one a bit looser?
I can't wear the red one. The open back will attract way too much attention at the opera.
I don't know what to tell you then.
You're no help.
Hey, Charlie.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm getting ready to go on another date with Chrissy.
I'm about to go to the opera with Ben tonight.
Yes, I know I should tell her. I just don't want to admit the fact that I've been lying to her our entire marriage.
Ben's been acting so weird lately, too. Sometimes I wonder if he even still cares about me. He's been so reluctant to go out on any dates, like he views me as some kind of chore. Like, I don't get it. Is he hiding something?
Yeah, you're right.
I know. I'm guilty too. Ugh! I absolutely despise all this.
Chrissy always asks if I want to go on a date to the opera, and of course I can't say no. I don't want her to get suspicious of how I really feel, but she's always like, "Oh, Ben, isn't the opera just so romantic?" I'm done with it. This fast-paced city life is so difficult, too. I miss Kansas, Charlie.
I always ask Ben what he wants to do for a date, and he always says, "Hey, let's go to the opera." And I'm like, oh, of course I gotta say, sure, I would love to go with him, just so that he doesn't get mad at me. Crapple sauce, I hate this.
All right, well, I'll just have to put up with it for tonight. Wish me luck.
I'll just put up with it for now. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Talk to you later. I'm so excited to see this opera tonight.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it'll be so opera-like.
Definitely, it will be absolutely amazing.
Marvelous.
Exquisite.
Phenomenal. Ben, honey, will you pass the salt?
Of course. Oh, crapple sauce. Can you read that text for me, please?
Oh, sure. It's from Charlie. You should tell Christine the truth. I don't know how you keep this up. Ben, what is this?
Nothing. Sorry, nothing.
Tell me what, Ben? Are you cheating on me?
What? No, I would never do that. Of course not.
What was Charlie talking about in that message?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, it does.
Chrissy, I'm not cheating on you. I swear. I would never do that.
Then explain this.
I can't.
Ben, you explain this right now or I'm leaving.
You wouldn't.
I would.
Wait, Chrissy. I'll tell you what it is. Chrissy, I don't know how to say this, but
I hate opera. I've always hated it. That's what Charlie was talking about in that message.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Seriously? You hate opera? But what? Well, why did you tell me you loved it? What's going on here, Ben? Why have you been lying to me?
Look, sorry, you said you loved it, so I went along with it to make you happy.
For 5 years?
Yeah.
Benjamin Gertrude Green! You've been forcing me to go on all these operas and all these dates for 5 freaking years. Oh, I can't believe this. Do you have any idea what I have endured to pretend I like opera too? Oh, every time that soprano hits that high-pitched note, I die a little inside.
Wait, what? You don't like opera either? You were lying too? You're kidding me.
Yes, I was pretending. I hate opera, Ben. Oh, I hate it so much I started to develop a physical reaction to it. Oh, the last time we went, my foot started twitching like it was trying to escape on its own. Oh, and don't even get me started about that intermission snacks. Ugh. You! Ugh. I'm allergic to the overpriced caviar, Ben. I'm allergic to the very lifestyle you sentenced me to.
Okay, I get it, but look, you're not alone in this. I hate opera too, okay? But I did it for you, Chrissy. I went to those late night performances that I hate. I put up with the large crowds and the constant noise of the city, but I did it because I love you.
So that's what love is? Oh, you know, I think we should have just told each other the truth in the first place.
I know.
Whatever. But why did you lie to me, Ben?
I don't even know. I saw those opera tickets in your purse all those years ago when we were on that date to the Air Guitar Championship. And I thought that since you were really into rock music, you were probably really into other kinds of music too, like opera. And I so desperately wanted to impress you, so I lied. I thought that if I said I liked opera, then that would be my way in. And you know, I've suffered through all of it. The 3-hour performances, the high notes that could shatter glass, the overpriced inedible snacks, just to see you smile. I thought that if I played along, if I could be everything you wanted, then one day you'd see that I was perfect for you. But it turns out you were lying too. We lied to each other for 5 years, Chrissy.
5 years, Ben? That's insane.
I know. Wait, why did you even have those tickets in your purse in the first place?
Oh, because of my mother, obviously. Oh, she got them at some charity auction and just would not shut up about how I had to have them because, and I quote, "The opera will add culture to your life, Christine." Like, sorry, Mom, but I don't think some opera tickets are gonna magically turn me into some beret-wearing, poetry-reciting, tiny glass-wearing philosopher who lounges in cafes all day discussing the meaning of life. But would I tell her that? Because then I'd get the speech. Christine, why can't you accept the finer things in life? Christine, why can't you be more like your cousin Vanessa? Vanessa adores the arts. So I just took the tickets to shut her up, put them in my purse, totally forgot about them, and now it's totally ruined my life.
How come you never told me all that?
Because I was a little distracted trying to keep up on a lie we both been telling each other for 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Well, what do we do now?
No idea.
Well, I take it we're not going to the opera tonight.
Thank goodness.
But Ben, why'd you lie to me? Why'd we lie to each other?
Well, I guess we just both love each other, and we were both afraid of rejection, weren't we?
Apparently.
Great. Well, lesson learned. Next time, let's skip the pretending and just be honest.
Agreed.
So, is there anything else we should talk about?
Well, there is this one thing that I've been meaning to talk to you for a long time.
Okay, what?
I'm not actually from New York. My accent's been fake this entire time.
What? I love your accent.
Thanks. So, no more opera.
No more opera. Ever again. Deal?
Deal.
How about these plays, huh? How about these plays, huh? Another round of applause. I love it. Hello, everybody. My name is Minda Nyquist, and I am the coordinator of the actors and directors for this program. And thank you. Yes, thank all of them. They've been amazing. Oh, look, we even have a fancy chair. Fantastic. It is that time. First, I would just like to say, we don't have a lot of time to put this together, and it's always kind of a whirlwind for all of us, for the directors and getting actors. And I just feel so grateful. We've had such an amazing couple of days here. It's gone without a hitch. We've just really had a good time. And so I really thank the directors and all the actors that have been a part of this, because it's a labor of love, and they have certainly shown up today and been amazing. So one more round of applause for them. But we are really here for these incredible playwrights that have written 6 pieces that all had a message, all were fun to work on. We really enjoyed it. And so this is really about them and what they put into this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start by introducing the first playwright. The playwright will come up and they will introduce their fantastic mentor. And if your sponsor teacher is here, you might want to mention them as well. And then we're going to just seat you all here for a quick Q&A that you are all so lovingly going to be a part of, because you're all here and we're keeping you here. And it won't be long. It's just a couple of minutes just to give some feedback from each play that we saw, and kind of maybe some first impressions, maybe a question. And I know that the playwrights have a question for the audience as well. So we're going to open it up to you. I will be coming down here with a microphone, so I will be trying to catch you and getting the audience participation. But first, I would like to introduce the first playwright, which I was lucky enough to get to direct, which was The Hall of Improbable Things by the lovely and talented Violet Baker. Would Violet come on up?
Hi, my playwriting mentor was Jenny Lamb, and my sponsor teacher was Julia Cannon.
See, now I'll Vanna White this just a minute here. Sit right here and look at, isn't she lovely, everyone? Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel Harrell, and I had the privilege of directing Creative Differences by Aidan Duvall.
I'd like to welcome my mentor, Rachel DeBose.
and I had the privilege of directing Detoxification by Ileana Dimas.
Yeah, keep it going, right?
Hi, my playwriting mentor was Jarrett King, and my sponsor teacher is Julia Cannon.
And I'm still Christina Seymour, and I also had the privilege of directing Between Love and Mead by Eiley Knight. Hi, my playwriting mentor was Dana Black, and my sponsor teacher was Teresa Scollin.
Hi, my name is Michelle Perez Dungeon, and I had the absolute honor of directing stage directions. It was lovely, and it was written by Alexander Morgan. Alex?
It's Christmas.
Thank you, and my mentor was Cynthia Babick, and my teacher was also Teresa Scolland.
And hi everybody, my name is Brett Nichols, and I had a blast directing Deceit, Drama, and Opera by writer Annabelle Beatty.
Thank you, everyone. My mentor was Stacia Sexton.
What a gorgeous group of people we have up here. I love it. All right, so now I'm going to hand over this microphone to the beautiful and talented Dana Black. And she's going to get this started, and I will be out here helping and running around, and because I know you are all going to just be raising your hands ferociously.
They are. Amazing. Thank you. Minna, one more time. Those directors, those actors, one more time. Incredible. We do this so fast. They memorize this in like 48 minutes. It's unbelievable what they put together. What is also unbelievable, and what we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about, is bravery. These writers thought of an idea in their home or in their school. They wrote it, they pressed send, they let random strangers pretty much read these plays and select them and see if they're, worthy of this festival. They got national mentors from Chicago, New York, Traverse City to work with them, total strangers on Zoom. They showed up, they let a director take their play, make decisions, a bunch of actors make decisions, then they invited all of you here to witness it, okay? That is bravery, y'all, and we need to clap for that, okay? You're not watching it on TV, you're not watching it on your phone. They are brave, and I've been an actor and a performer for 20 years. These are writers, mentors, working for years. And we have insecurities just like they do. I have imposter syndrome, I have anxiety, I have creative block, and so do these students. It's a lifetime of being brave. And so that was my little speech. Okay, cool. That was like my Brene Brown moment. Anyway, so we're gonna start, and each mentor is gonna run a short Q&A. And this is the moment for you guys to be brave. And this is the moment for you guys to show up for us. We're gonna show them so much love and support, but we're gonna tell them kind of like what we felt. What did we think that play was about? What was our biggest takeaway? What questions do we have? And these writers have the permission to not respond to you. They get to reserve the right to say, thank you for that question. I'm gonna think about it. Love you so much for coming. Or they get to answer it, right? Right, Alex?
Right.
Right. That's right. Right, Eileen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna time these. We're gonna try to be short. Each play is gonna get about 5 minutes, and you guys are gonna show them some love and some energy because you guys are here and it's unbelievable. All right, Jenny Lamb is gonna start. We're gonna start with the Hall of Improbable Things. Those two beautiful actresses in a hospital. Okay, we're gonna take you back to an hour and a half ago. All right, hit it.
Thank you. So we're just going to go through a few questions. And the first question that I have for you all about Violet's play. What were some of your takeaways from the play, or what was memorable for you from the play? Things that stuck out.
I have a microphone over here. You can just raise up. Yes. Oh, yes, this should be good.
Yes.
Not really at all. No, I just wanted to say that the 6th, this was the one that touched me closely, made me want to cry. I had other feelings about other ones, but that one, that's what came to me.
Thank you. Yeah, we talked a lot about the vulnerability that Violet showed in this piece, and I think your comment really speaks to that.
I think it really just, the takeaway was live in the moment and dream big no matter what is going on.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Anybody else? Other things that you took away from the play? Moments that were memorable? Characters that you related to? Right here.
I just wondered if the person up there, if you had lifetime experiences that inspired that play, because it was very emotional and meaningful.
Personally for me, can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay. Personally for me, I do not know. But I feel like I read like a lot. I watch a lot of movies. I love like relating to people, I think, so that's kind of where the idea came from for me.
You did a great job. I think also, like, just for writers, and writing is an empathic art, right? Because you have to get into the minds of these characters and lives. And thank you so much for that question. So we're gonna move on. What do you think this play is about? So you leave this theater, you go home, and they're like, "What'd you do today?" What do you think? What would you say that Violet's play is about? The Hall of Improbable Things. How would you explain it?
I would say it's about no matter how different we are, we all still have the same questions about death and how we view things and how we cherish them and what happens.
That's so great. Thank you. Thank you.
What if we were like wrong?
That's great. Thank you.
I think it's just about connection too. It doesn't matter. They were there for 2 different reasons, but it didn't matter. They still found things to talk about and a reason to connect.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, that's a really great takeaway. Thank you so much for that. Anybody else? One more? Oh, right in the back. Thank you.
There's something the characters do where they shift, the idea of impossible to improbable. Think of something that seems impossible, think of it as improbable instead. And I feel like life, in a world where we don't know what is and isn't possible, with health, with so many things, then you don't want to put that label on things, right? So reshift your narrative, and I feel like that's what those characters do, and it gives them joy and hope.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that's really beautiful. And what I really appreciated about Violet's piece is the transformation that happens with these characters. And right, it's not predetermined what's going to happen. Like we don't know. Great. Okay. Last question, because we have a lot of people to talk to. Do you have any questions about the play? Was there anything that was unclear, or maybe even something that you're curious about?
I want to know what she was writing on. Was the wall?
Oh,
She said it was graffiti.
So basically that was a window, which I was so happy that they were able to like get that prop for the play. It was a window that they were like looking out to like see the snow kind of. So yeah.
Yes, and it was a purple marker. It's very specific.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you had questions about? Or things you were unclear about? Curiosity?
Ooh, way up.
As it went on, I was really wondering like where they were, and what I mean by that is it felt very universal. Like if it had ended up with them being in Ukraine and wherever, like it was really powerful how you were talking about young people wanting to hang on to their potential, and I just thought that was wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I think that really it's a nice thing to end on. It really speaks to sometimes the more specific you get, the more universal it is. And that's really great that you took that away from Violet's play. So Violet has one question that she'd like to, so.
Okay, thank you guys for all being here today. I just had one question. I was wondering how you felt about the ending, because it was something that I spent a lot of time thinking about, what I kind of wanted to like leave the audience with as like a final note, because I felt like my play talked about a lot of different things, but yeah, I was just wondering about that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love that it ended with a lot of hope. We didn't know if she was asking leukemia, even though we knew that she's had several rounds of it now. I love the way you left it because we didn't know, and I get to believe that she lives and they go on to do have these great adventures. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you for that.
Amazing.
Great job.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel. I had the privilege of being the mentor for Creative Differences with Aiden. So let's go ahead and kick us off. So what are some of your key takeaways from the play?
And remember, these are the artists battling to death.
Oh.
Yes.
I want to add that I'm Aiden's father, and I'm really proud of you. And one of my major takeaways from that was standing up for what's right, even though it's not what everyone else wants. Fight and defend yourself. You have a right to be here.
I don't mean to hog everything up, but I love it because I'm a big believer. Art is subjective. Art is subjective. It is about perspective. And no one gets to tell anyone their art is ugly or bad or not appropriate or doesn't fit in, not ever. And I love that's the story you told. At least that's what I got.
Anybody else for that first question?
I guess it focused on like the difference between older, more traditional art and more modern abstract art we see today, and the conflict that arises from that. You know, the two characters representing someone who prefers traditional, older art, and the other is trying to make something new.
Awesome. So, what do you think this play is about? Well, I think you just answered that one. But any other thoughts?
Gonna get my steps in.
Awesome. Yes, so first I want to thank you all for bringing this together. I'm the husband of the playwright assistant up there just talking. I heard a lot about this play as it was being made, but what I got from it to me, it was more than just art. It wasn't just about the art pieces. It was about the fact that I'm willing to die to have my own voice, to have my own piece in my place in this world. And I thought that really spoke. You took it from the art, and you took it into the real physical world with the battle. It made me feel like it gave me a voice, a life. Like, hey, I'm somebody and I should stand up for it. So thank you for that.
Anybody else? Oh.
And the ridiculousness.
Thank you. And do we have any questions for Aiden?
Got one right there.
My college introduction to art history fails me here, but was this actually inspired by a true, story?
It was inspired by an event that happened in the late 1800s where an artist dueled his critic because, well, his art was criticized.
And that's what I thought watching it. It felt, even though there were comic undertones and overtones too, I guess, it felt very real to me and very specific, and I really applaud you on that because I think it made the themes just land harder than they would have otherwise.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thoughts? Memories?
How did it feel to have your thoughts become a reality?
To be completely honest, it's very weird. It doesn't feel like it's currently happening right now. Yeah, I have a question for the audience. So are the themes and the ideas or issues in this play things that seem applicable or prevalent in modern day society?
Did you hear that over here? Dare to be different.
Great.
Anything else? I'm coming.
Yeah, I think it absolutely is applicable to modern day society. I always see people making fun of like modern art museums, but I mean, people have to keep creating new things. Can't just keep making the same thing over and over and over again. A lot of people want to have their voices heard. Yeah.
I don't know what president said this, but from watching that in the applicable lifestyle, speak softly and carry a big stick. He carried a sword. Ah, thank you. It was up there, but that's what it should apply. Peaceful protesting, communicating, being an adult, and that sometimes you have to defend yourself, but keep going. Keep going against what you feel is right.
Great. One more time for Aiden.
All right. So I'm Jared King. I was the mentor for Ileana Dimas' play Detoxification. This is a play about an Armenian family dealing with some of their issues, and particularly a daughter who is coming back from rehab. So we have a few questions, some of the same questions you've answered already, but what were your big takeaways from this play? So if you think back to right before intermission, what were some of the things you were feeling going into intermission, or anything that you were taking away from this play?
That the mother was amazing.
All the way in the back.
Told here. And so I was able to really relate to people that I don't know them, I don't know their background, but the shame of addiction, the guilt, those are some universal truths that apply to all people and all families. And I felt that there was a real connection to all humans in this story. And we also got to learn about some Armenian history a bit and how strong and prideful and that they are. So, but yeah, I think you spoke to some very serious universal truths that we can all relate to.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Other takeaways, you mentioned that this feels universal. Was there anyone else who felt a connection to this play with your family, or maybe thinking back to Thanksgivings or other holidays where maybe you had some big revolutions come out? Yes.
Yeah, just my biggest takeaway from this play was that I think it handled this conflict with a lot of nuance. I think it would have been very easy to write this play as the mother is just very straightforwardly evil. And even though she is in the wrong in the play, there's a lot of nuance that's added. She has reasons for the way that she acts, and the reasons for the way that she acts isn't just she's evil. And that's very, very, very hard to do, especially with like the time constraints of this play. So it was very well done by the writer.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like we talked a bit about the idea of like we don't hate anybody in this play. Everybody has their motivations. So it's definitely an exercise in empathy. Yeah.
I have 3 sisters, and it's related to the sister relationship because I remember my mom, I did something that was maybe out of the norm for me, and I remember my mom saying, I would expect that from your sister, not you. And seeing the relationship reminded me of that incident in my life. And then also, I'm a mom, and seeing the mom and the daughter, and I have a 16-year-old who's basically almost an adult now. And sometimes you forget that they're not children anymore, they're individuals. And it reminded me that I have to remember that sometimes when I'm dealing with him too, that he has a voice, he's not a little kid anymore.
That's great. I feel like you, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to repeat the nuances and also this, the roles, the motivations and stuff were so, they weren't simple, they were, and it felt real. So I really appreciate the nuances and you going in and, oh, the motive for this was that. It wasn't so simple, and that's what real life is about. And then I just felt like the recovering person suddenly becoming aware of all these things happening around her was very real too, because that's what happened. So it was really, it felt real. So that was great writing.
Yeah, I feel like we're sort of hitting on some of the themes. The next question, just thinking about what's this play about? I'm hearing that it's about kind of like honoring your voice, and life isn't so simple. Are there other things that when you think about this play, and if you were to like have a single word or something that just encapsulates the theme or the message of this play, what do you think that is?
Don't drink.
Don't drink. Simple enough. Any other themes? What do you think the play's about? Oh,
trauma.
Trauma. Yeah. Absolutely.
Break the cycle.
Break the cycle. Great.
Messy.
Messy.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Yeah. This is all great. This is all great. Is there anything in terms of questions that you have or curiosities, things that you felt maybe weren't clear in the moment, or that you have questions for Ileana about? As a reminder, she does not have to answer, but she might. But any questions that are lingering? Yes.
I really loved it, and I think one of the things that I appreciate so much as an audience member of one act is we get to kind of like imagine where it goes. And you're kind of people that are kind of wondering as a writer if you have like the second act and what that would look like.
I honestly think something that I kind of like to keep in mind with my plays is like, what does the audience think will happen after? I don't have a second act for this play, but I feel like kind of keeping the ending with Delita leaving, it's like up to the audience to decide where they want her to go from there.
I sometimes say that you're writing the second act. It's up to you to write part 2.
Project it,
yes.
girl. Delita.
I was wondering, did you even think about possibly who and the story behind the father is? Like, is he passed away, or is he,
Yeah. Yes, I was thinking that the father had passed away, but had been like a presence like while they were growing up, but maybe not in their like adult lives.
With that, would you like to ask a question of the audience yourself?
Okay, do you think the beginning was too ambiguous, or do you think that the ambiguity worked for the content of the play?
I appreciate that you're like sitting here trying to figure out how they were related to each other, like what was going on. I like listening together myself.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, it was obvious we didn't really know the relationships of the characters when it first started, but I liked how it wasn't just spelled out to us. Like, it was just naturally revealed to us as the play went on. I think that's just good writing.
I love the ambiguity because I think you can give the audience all the information up front, and especially around the alcoholism. If they're hints at it, we understand that there's tension, that she's been away, you know, we can start to put the pieces together, but I like that you don't really know the full story, and you know they're trying to repair something, and you're trying to involve someone.
And with that, thank you all so much.
I'm gonna stay seated. I want to stay seated. I am Dana Black. I was the mentor to the brilliant Eileen Knight for her beautiful play Between Love and Mead. We're at Halloween. We're talking about mead. So, what moment, what takeaway, what's like little moment, line do you remember that you can't stop thinking about, or moment, or beat, right, in the scene, in the play that you just can't stop thinking about? Throw it out. Lupa.
The history of me, the unfolding history of me.
Please don't take my eyelashes.
Now, where did you get the idea for me?
We're not at questions yet. You are brilliant, and I love you. I love you. Hey, Grandpa, you gotta wait. But I love it. We're gonna come back to Grandpa.
I also think there's something about that. Do you like me or do you like me like me? That is so like iconic. You know, we've all been there with that question. So
I love the idea of like, my favorite thing to talk about is my friend.
yeah.
And I talk about her a lot because I love her, right? Sorry. Anybody else? What do you think the play's about? One word. What is this play about? One word, or maybe two?
I feel like for me, I got the sense, like, especially toward the end, of you don't need to like go to some big party. Like, if you have like certain people, like you can make anything fun. So
Yes, exactly.
that was exactly the point. Thank you.
Any other, what is this play about?
Rachel.
Did you hear her? She said risk.
Risk.
Risk. Protection. Awesome. I wonder if any grandpas have any questions. Well, oh, good. I love it. Hit us.
Me. Has your dad been drinking mead again?
No, so my brother has a friend named Alex who likes to brew mead. And I just thought that was really interesting. I'd never heard of anyone brewing mead themselves. When I was writing the play, I thought that would just kind of be an interesting quirk to put on a character.
Yeah. Oh. I listened to act like on stage as well. That helped you create a play. It helped you like write since you knew a lot about like, being on stage.
Eileen's also an actor, so she's saying, did that help you be a better writer?
Yes, I think so in a way, just because I see it from both perspectives, so I could kind of picture it on stage a little bit better. And I could kind of anticipate how maybe a director or an actor would interpret a certain line, and I could change it to kind of fit what I wanted it to be.
Any other questions?
So for people who don't write or can't write, first, how do you get started with an idea? And second, how long did it take you to write?
So he's asking, how do you get started? How do you write?
Distill that down for us.
It's a really long process, but to make it short, you start with initial point inspiration. Then off of that, you write like a free write, whatever's on your mind from that. And it's kind of like an accordion where you expand an idea and then you shrink it down to make it more entertaining and meaningful. And then how long it took to write, I can't really say. I would say overall, since October, since we originally started writing them, because you start initially and then you have revisions and then we workshop and then revise and then we sent it off and then we revised and again you revised and then again and then eventually you get a play and you turn it in. So.
And just like that, you're a playwright. I love it. And we talked a lot as mentors about how you might write a draft, and Cynthia over here said you should always date it. Because your first draft could be 2024, and then you finally get it produced in 2028, or it changes, so date those drafts, y'all. Date those drafts. Okay, do you want to ask the audience a question, my friend?
Or just grandpa?
Okay. To anyone or just grandpa, did the character motivations make sense? Like, yeah, did the motivations make sense? Did the story flow?
Well, it's not a matter of making sense, it's a matter of entertainment. Whether it makes sense or not, it's like a poem.
Mm-hmm.
Either it speaks to you or it doesn't.
Yes, exactly.
One thing that I noticed about the characters immediately was that they were written to be immediately identifiable, so they all had like a thing, and their personalities were all pretty easily like. But I feel like I knew the characters very early on, and then I think the motivations just kind of naturally flowed from there. So it definitely made sense to me.
Anyone else? I just want to say, and I am Eileen's mom, but I just want to say that I think it's the most brilliant piece of art that's ever been written.
On that note, Eileen Knight and her whole family. Amazing. Amazing. You ready, Queen?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Cynthia Babick. I had the pleasure of working with Alex Morgan on his play, Stage Directions, which I think you will remember with its amazing set of cardboard boxes of the ambiguous paperwork, worst job in the world. So I'm going to throw it out to everybody. What stood out to you about the play? Any, really strong takeaways?
Listen, it was so clever, so unique. That's what my takeaway was. How cool was that whole idea? And it was impressive.
Thank you.
Right there.
The vent person character definitely stood out to me. I think his actor played really well.
The vent person.
He had a really funny mustache.
You'll never look at a vent again the same way.
I think I really just liked that it was a play that could have easily been written a lot more mundanely, but having all of those meta aspects of it made you making something that's mundane to normally watch and say very, very interesting. And I think it was a really cool and unique framing, the way that you did that.
Awesome. Yeah. That's the play, the director, Michelle, back there.
Yeah, so I'm a little biased, but I have to tell you, and we got the chance to speak about this. This tells such this is tells such an incredible lesson in life, and if you wrapped it in such a unique way that will stick with you, that you should not do something you hate for a living, because when you do, the whole world just becomes bleak and dark, and it leaks into every other aspect of your life. You taught us, it's a valuable lesson, and I just applaud the way you wrote it, and you leave me wanting more from these people. Every character I want to know more about.
I would agree. Well, yours, see a hand here.
I can speak out.
Okay.
I just feel like it's kind of the idea of insanity. If you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting something different to happen, it's not going to, and you're going to go insane. And so I feel like it's that idea of just breaking the cycle. You need to do something different to get out of that place.
Great. So we're already talking about the theme of what the play means to you. So if anyone else wants to add on to that, what themes?
Cynthia, Eileen.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say that I think it's super clever how stage directions to me is kind of that routine, like Claudia was talking about, where you do the same things. And I also loved the set where everything was just labeled, because when you're in a routine like that, everything just feels kind of plain and you're not really yourself, you're like a robot, you know?
Mm. Awesome. I will say that the set was the director's idea. Woo! Yeah, talk about meta. Well, if there's nobody else who wants to speak to the theme of the play, open to any questions that you might have for Alex, either about the play itself, if there was anything that was confusing that you'd like any clarification on, or anything about the process that he went through. Any questions?
I just wondered where you pulled the idea from, because it was so abstract that I found it very mature, to be honest. And so I wondered where you came that from.
Yeah, thank you. The idea formulated because this was my first screenplay I've ever written. I wanted to do something that I could only do with screenwriting. So I looked at all the different terms in screenwriting and I picked one, and I ran with it. And I went, how does play directions become a character? What does that entail? I went from that simple term and I bridged off of it into a story.
Conceptual way to start. It shows you that everybody's beginning of a play is so many ways to start.
I feel like your portrayal of office drudgery and pointless bureaucracy was amazing. So I wondered how you did that. Where did you pull your experience from?
So I think it's actually almost the opposite. Like, I haven't experienced this, but because that's kind of the point. I want to avoid that in art. I kind of wanted to pull what I'm trying to add. The reason I do art is I want to add something grand to mundaneness. So I wanted to portray what I'm trying to avoid.
Any other questions?
Where did the idea for the men in the vent come from?
That's funny. It was actually just a one-off joke I want at the start, and then someone actually just recommended me to make that into a character, and I went from there. Yeah, it was a one-off joke of him banging on the vents. There wasn't even an answer, and then someone recommended it, and then now it's been told to be some people's favorite character in the play.
Yeah, I told Alex I wanted to play that part. I'm going to open it up for Alex's question to you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. What is stage directions to you? What do you think stage directions represent?
I took it as representing the times of the main character.
like Juried cricket or, something that's trying to challenge you to think of different ways to do things, challenging yourself. They're kind of an inner voice.
Going back to the the idea of breaking repetition. I think it's just about stepping outside your comfort zone and taking a risk in order to better yourself and your life in the long run.
There were two things that came to mind. One is the character, as he says, is change. So if you have a character whose only aspect is change, that's an interesting persona to be. And the second thing is it's like the golden compass, having a daemon be part of you and actually on your side, and you can never get rid of them. So it's both comforting and annoying.
I liked how stage directions was the inner voice, but then in the end, she had to find her voice and come out on the stage without stage directions. So finding your own voice and taking that on.
Awesome.
There was something else catching on that as far as the paintings on there. One part I was waiting for the turn so I could see what the painting was all about, but he stopped short. I'm sorry. Yeah. Keep that in mind of that. So that was pretty good. But to a different part of it too. My mother was born in Germany and stuff like this, and to see what they went through, there was probably about 18 kids in the family, and one year wrote a little storybook about what she went through and stuff that it had a lot of meaning in there also.
Well, thank you, everyone. We're going to keep moving on.
Hi, I'm Stacia Sexton, and I had the absolute pleasure of mentoring Annabelle Beatty, who wrote Deceit, Drama, and Opera, which is the last of the plays. The married couple, Ben and Christine, who go to dinner and discover something wild about each other. Y'all are an amazing audience, by the way. Thank you so much. These conversations are absolutely incredible, and the support is so cool. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. So what are takeaways from the play? What initial thoughts? What did you get from it?
It doesn't benefit anybody to lie. You might both be happier for telling the truth.
Yeah, happier telling the truth.
I have something that one thing I really love about this play is the couple. They're such a lovely couple, and I'm really rooting for them. And I want to know more about this couple who seems so very different. And we get a little hint that he's from Kansas, that he's come to New York to be with her. It's not really spoken about, and he doesn't really like the city. And I could spend a lot of time with them.
Yeah, they're very likable. Likable characters. And dramatic.
I love that they're willing to, do something that they don't like for so long. The other person likes it, and while that's not necessarily something for life, we all have relationships, compromise on things, or on a face for the relationship, so take care of it.
From the actor herself, playing Christine. All right, thank you, everyone. And what do you think the play is about, please? A word, a sentence, a song lyric.
Miscommunication.
Love.
Miscommunication, love. Oh, I heard sacrifice,
Compromise.
compromise. discovery from the director. Honesty.
I think it just did a really good job of showing how, in relationships, romantic or otherwise, in social settings, we have this persona that we have to put on, and we would have to lie about certain things or kind of like be okay with doing certain things, and we don't really want to do that. And I think it's just expressing that we're still kind of in that mode when you come home from work or school. And we don't really have to do that in relationships, even though you might have to like lie to your boss that you like his tie or something. Like you shouldn't have to feel like you have to lie to your significant other about a hobby or leading into something, right? Because they like you.
Yeah, you can take the mask off.
I want to bring crapple sauce back.
Yes. We were just talking about that yesterday, actually. We were like, are we gonna bring crapple sauce to all of Traverse
Yeah.
City? Is that what we're gonna do? Just a little aside about crapple sauce, because it's amazing.
Yeah, so basically, I was just brainstorming for my play and wanting to add some unique quirks to my characters. And I have this friend who was saying crapple sauce sometimes, and I was just like, that's kind of funny, so I'm gonna put that in my play.
And the friend is here, right? Okay, just want to make sure. All right, so with that though, are there any questions that you have for Annabelle? Just any clarifying questions? Oh, it looks like you do have some.
Yeah, mine is, first of all, I want to say, Rhonda, my wife, there's something I needed to tell you. No, seriously, what I want to know, I was curious, did you bring the accent in from the very beginning, or does that come later? Because I love that on this side of this play was the accent. And Marissa and Eric were so great, but the accent was so great. So I wondered if that came in during the writing, or if that was from the beginning as a part of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was not in the play originally. Just like after talking with Stacia and brainstorming, I was just like, oh, that would be so cool if we added that and really funny. So yeah, that was not there originally, but now it is.
And it was really like one of the final revisions too. It wasn't even like at the beginning of the process at all. It was like very much toward the end, which is so cool that you went for that. Yeah. I think there was another hand question.
Do you actually dislike opera? Like, did you put that into your play?
I honestly have no opinion toward opera. I don't like hate it or anything. It was just like the most random thing I could think of. Just kind of, I've always thought opera is kind of funny, I guess. So in trying to write a comedy play, I was just like, why not?
The absurdity of it all. Any other questions for Annabelle? All right, Annabelle, do you have any questions for the audience? You don't have to. You can just let it rest, let it be. But if you have one.
Yeah, so basically my only question would be, this is the first comedy play I've written, and I intentionally made it very silly and very cheesy. I was wondering if you think that there are any parts that are just too silly where it's not even funny. Is there any parts that felt like that, or is it good?
Or is it good?
No. Silly is great on stage. I'll just say while I have a microphone, that it broke one of the rules that I generally toss to young playwrights, which is don't let cell phones on stage, because it's really difficult for the audience to feel about characters that they haven't been introduced to. But thanks in part to your director and thanks to your great writing and creating a sort of duet on stage, I think you overcame that hurdle really elegantly and comically, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, any other comments?
I could just say, as the director, this show, I don't think any of it was too silly. I think it's a mirror of life. Relationships are silly. And anybody who's been married for a while or been in a relationship for a while knows that there's some silliness and there's some back and forth that just makes you fall in love with your partner even more, even when you make these new discoveries.
I think that portraying the silliness of life was good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, everyone. I think that wraps up this, and I will hand the mic over to Dana as our MC.
Great. Annabelle, amazing. One more time for Annabelle. A quick applause for Joe for all his time here in the back. Tech extraordinaire, Joe, Chad. Alex and Dad for shooting some video. Okay. Grandpa. These mentors spent a lot of time over Zoom. They gave a lot of their heart. They traveled here. Some of them had never been here from Chicago and New York. And I just wanted to thank Stacia, Cynthia, Jarrett, Rachel, and Jenny. Give them a round of applause for their time. They're extraordinary artists in their own right. And you don't make plays alone, ever. So just one more time, they are brave. You are brave for being here and loving them and loving an artist and staying in this room, the room where it happens. You're in it, and it is just awesome. So thank you. Tell everybody about this. Find big donors, and they can give money for this program to continue and grow. Great. Thanks. Have a great afternoon.